that game. When we lost that game, we could have been better. I think it's the NBA throw the refs under the bus like that. Like, this happened to be in our favor. Not even in our favor. We don't get the win, but, you know, to say that I got fouled and the tech and all that stuff, you know, just move on, man. You don't throw the refs under the bus like that. So, because the next game, you know, that group of refs, or whoever it is going to come out and they're going to ref the game. They're going to be tense when they ref in the game, and they're going to try to get every play right. They're going to try to be perfect, and, you know, without just going out there and relaxing and making the right call. So you can't find us for when we go out there and criticize them, but throw them under the bus for a 2-minute report. What about the first quarter? What about the second quarter and third quarter? I think it's bullshit. They should get rid of it. Our refs don't deserve that, and they're trying their hardest to get the plays right. Then you look at a play in slow-mo and say it's wrong. Like, I think it's bullshit that they do that. That's that you throw the refs under the bus like that after the game. Like, it matters. This game's over. We're moving on.
Needless to say, he did not hold back. I counted maybe 4 bleeps. Reaction to Durant's rant, Coach?
Prim, well, you both might find this hard to believe, but when I played college basketball, one of the nicknames that the officials that refereed my games had for me 2-3 years in, when you'd come out and you'd shake their hands, hey, let's have a good game, they'd go, class, class. And that's actually the nickname they have for me instead of coach. And the reason I tell you that story is because I treated them with the respect that they deserve, but there was also an underlying motive for me. And I would never compare myself to Kevin Durant as far as skill level or anything like that. But there's an underlying thought process to what he is doing here. Does he agree with what he's saying? There's no question. But he's also very, very, very smart. He understands no matter what he says, guess what? They still lost the basketball game. No matter what he says, you can't go back to that game. He's looking forward and understands that if this gets out, these officials are human. They're seeing this. They're watching First Take right now. They understand how dazzling Will Cain and the coach are together. But they also realize that deep down, Kevin Durant wants the next call. And it may not matter in game 32 in December, but it might matter when you get to May or June and he goes down again with 3.1 seconds to go by Richard Jefferson in the finals. He's very, very smart and understands that it would have done no good. And I also believe the last point that I will make, the NBA did throw the officials under the bus. And the reason for this is to get it off their plate in New York and put it on the officials. And I think that also is beep. I'm not allowed to say it, so I'm going to beat myself.
Yeah.
Beat myself.
So what you are saying, besides the beep, is, and besides, by the way, comparing yourself to Kevin Durant in this one small occasion, and also saying you're a classy basketball player.
It's very
besides those things,
I was just reporting the facts.
That's
just
what you are saying is that Kevin Durant is playing chess, that he is strategized.
Yes.
That what he's doing is manipulating the referees through this little clip we played. This was referee manipulation.
Yes.
Okay. What you're doing then is explaining to us why Kevin Durant was wrong. Because he was wrong. Everything he said was wrong. Now, maybe he has a reason for being wrong. Maybe he is playing the refs. And the words coming out of his mouth are not what he means, but rather how they play in a ref's mind or what he means. But I can only do this. I can only analyze the words coming out of his mouth. And that's what I'll do. Number one, this is the word, remember, accountability on every part. I like that Kevin Durant, as a leader of my team, if I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, which I'm not, but if I were, I'd like that he is accountable for the outcome of that game, that he doesn't play the victim card, that he doesn't lay it on the ref's feet for why they lost the game, that he says, no, 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 we could have won the game with or without those calls. We should have won the game.
Yes.
That's what I want to hear from a player like Kevin Durant. So that part, accountability, he's right. Where he's wrong is saying the NBA's 2-minute report in analyzing ref behavior is also wrong. That's incorrect. He's wrong about that because he's missing the accountability mechanism. What this report is designed to do is to hold referees accountable for their decisions. Number one, Kevin Durant says next time they're going to try to be perfect. Next time they're going to try to get every call right. Correct, Kevin. That's the purpose of the 2-minute report.
No.
That's the purpose of it.
No, that's not the purpose of it. Because I don't know if you've ever been out on the court with an NBA player. I have. I don't know if you've ever played extensively with players that went to the NBA. I have. But they intimidate officials. And there's an intimidation factor that Kevin Durant has, that LeBron James has, that Russell Westbrook has over officials. You cannot have them officiating scared. And that's what this report does. They're always thinking about it in the back of their mind. If I miss a call, guess what? The next day, it's all the lights are on me, and you can't do that.
The purpose of this report is to inject into the equation a bigger intimidation factor than that of LeBron James, a bigger intimidation factor than that of Kevin Durant. It's the intimidation factor of the league and your continued employment. The accountability, the last 2-minute reports, what it requires is you get the calls right or we tell the public where you were wrong. And here's key. We, the public, need to know that. The worst position a league can be in is trying to explain away mistakes. The NFL has made this problem, has shown light on this problem. When they're telling us, no, everything your eyes just told you, telling you that that's a catch, it's not a catch. Or they tell you, no, that fumble recovery in Cleveland, despite the fact that this guy's holding it up above his head.
There is a
huge... The point is this.
Huge.
The NFL tells us the things that we see are not what we see. The NBA's doing the opposite. They're telling you, you're right. That call you saw in the last 2 minutes that the refs got wrong, you're right. It was wrong.
There are 1,000
One moment, Coach. Okay. What that does is that inspires trust. Nobody can get it right every time. But if you tell us and you own the mistakes and you tell us you got it wrong, we can trust you more going forward. Honesty inspires trust. That's what the NBA is doing.
Those officials trust their bosses now?
No, the NBA and the fan relationship.
But I'm talking about the officials. And I'm talking about the bus that went over them. That's what Kevin Durant was talking about as well. It's not good for the officials. And when it gets to money time in June, this will have an effect. Mark my words.
All right, let's stay in the NBA. A dust-up in Dallas last night between the Rockets and the Mavs. Trevor Ariza even waited outside the locker room for Salah Mesra because of some harsh words Ariza said he heard during the game. We will react to this. Plus, LeBron James was named king again this week as he was named AP Male Athlete of the Year. But is he deserving of the title, really?